Like, I guess if you're like living in like, if you're living in like the middle of nowhere Alps land and you've never left your village and you're like, wow, these are cool. But I guess, and because they're hard to get, it makes it like a thing of courage for people to go get. Gebzerjäger. Gebirgsjäger. Ah, whatever. It's ugly! There are these cute flowers that grow on the sidewalk that I prefer to the Edelweiss. I'm sorry, German bros, but like, come on. Hang on, what's that called? That little purple sidewalk flower. What are they called? They're like a weed. Like this. Whatever this is. I don't think it's necessarily that one, but like that's my favorite color of flower. If I like that color of flower where it's like that kind of like really rich purple color that like it seems like it's a rich purple that's like really hard to replicate in like that blue, that kind of bluish purple, like deep royal bluish purple. Maple, you should search the Raffalisa flower. It looks and smells like decaying meat. So, the corpse flower, right? I think I know about that one. I should probably do some drawing. Raffalisa doesn't look that bad. I don't know. It's the it's Vileplume. And like the name, it's vile. We have blue bonnets in the south that have a nice color like that. Yeah, I know that there's quite a lot of flowers with like that beautiful purple color, so I don't necessarily have a favorite flower, but if I did, it would be one of the ones that comes in this color. Like, I like that color. I think it's really pretty. You didn't see the purple flower until you moved the purple flower weed. Like, there's some flower that grows with like really little, like really tiny little things. Like, I've taken pictures of it in the summer. I don't know what it's called, but it grows like on sidewalks. They don't grow back home too cold. Oh. A blue violet. No, I don't know what they're called. It's okay. I don't wanna dwell on this. Here. Is it these? It's these. Look. Look. That like this type of thing. Like I know they're a weed, but the color is so pretty, and I can never quite capture it right on camera. You had found this picture, oh. But yeah, the little purple flowers like this. They're very pretty. I like that color. It's a cool color. Aren't those ordinary violets? I don't think they're violets because they're weeds. Aren't they? I don't know. They're prettier than dandelions because dandelions also give me that creep out effect where like they're wrong color. They're just like too dense. They're too dense. I don't like them. You have a need to head pat Meppel. Well, I have a sub emote that's a head pat. But I appreciate the sentiment, and I will accept your sending of head pat energies. I've always wanted to put a head pat redeem where people could pay points and like a head pat pops up and pats my head for like 10 seconds. I've always wanted that. And all that hating on the Edelweiss, not once did you say it was scary. I mean, it is kind of scary. It looks like it got infected by like the cordyceps from The Last of Us. Whoa! Whoa! Dirk gifted Garver a sub! Thank you, Dirk! Thank you, thank you. I still want you to look at Rainbow Eucalyptus. Oh, I've seen Rainbow Eucalyptus. It's so cool. Rainbow Eucalyptus tree. I can't spell. A lot of the pictures are like heavily doctored to bring out the color, but they're still really cool. Hang on. It's a rainbow tree! Thank you for the headpass, Garmer. Hello, Dancing Charmander. Hello, Remy. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. It's a rainbow tree. It's a rainbow tree. Look, it's a rainbow tree. It has like streaks in it. It's like rainbow. Here, look. Oh, why is this picture so tiny? Okay, that's really low res, but like you get the idea. It has streaks. Okay, we'll take it from me. It has like streaks of red. Like these are red streaks where I'm pointing my cursor. There's red streaks and then there's green streaks. And like there's a little bit of like a blue undertone, so it looks like rainbowy. No, it's a streak pattern and colors. So it looks cool compared to like your average tree, which is just like gray. I've seen them on Reddit, but the thing is that when you see them on Reddit, I'll show you what people do to it, and it's like hang on. People do this. And this, look at how high the saturation has been pumped on this image, okay? Right? Like, look at how the ambient, okay, art lesson. Hang on. Art lesson, okay? So, the ambient light from so in any lighting situation, there's such a thing as ambient light. Okay? So in this situation, because the saturation has been pumped up so intensely, we can very clearly see the ambient light color. So when I say ambient light, it means that they're in any given situation, you'll have like here's a ball, right? Okay. Here's a ball. Okay. Hang on. 1 second. I'm making a ball. Okay. Okay. That's roughly a shaded ball, right? Okay? And then there's probably a spot of bright. And then there's all this. So no, you see, latex is a highly specular material. So latex is a material that's like extremely shiny, but I'm talking about like your basic Fresnel shading, simple, non like just matte shading. Okay? So in this situation, because we know that this is a doctored photo. We know this is a doctored photo. And why do we know that? Because look how intense the blue ambient light from the sky is. When you're outside, the ambient light is always going to be blue. Unless it's like a very, very overcast day, because the color of the sky, the light in the sky comes down and it makes and it reflects into all the shadows. So there's never like a shadow that's purely a shadow is the absence of light, right? So whenever there is some light, even if it's only a little, even if it's dim light, that's when it's ambient light. You know, like in an alleyway where the light doesn't really hit, that's like an ambient lighting situation because it's not pitch black. But I'm just explaining proof that this is a doctored photo. So the fact that the ambient light, I needed to explain what ambient light was for you to understand why this tree appears to be blue right now, but it's not. It's not blue. It's just that this part of the tree would have been gray and it would have had a subtle blue tinge to it because of the ambient light, because in the shadow parts of the tree there'd be a bit of a like an ambient fill light from the blue sky, right? So what they did is that they like jacked up the saturation on this picture so bright that it made the tree look blue. There's no such thing as a blue tree. Not like this. So what there would have been, what it would have actually looked like is probably like that. That's all. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's art. It's art theory. It's art. And like, you see the difference? You see the difference? Do you need a moment? No. It's just, okay, look. Cause like this type of, if I were to color pick right from the brightest part of this tree and put that as an ambient light, it's weird, right? But if I were to reduce the saturation and do it, that kind of looks good. Makes sense. Actually looks like a normal, like, reflected light. If it makes you feel better, I understand exactly what you're talking about. See, I know somebody would get it. Anyway. Yeah, the Willy Wonka pyrovision saturation that they put on these eucalyptus tree photos, that's how you can tell in a picture if it's like extremely overly saturated, is that you have to look at like the ambient light and if it's like extremely vivid, because it wouldn't be that vivid in real life. If you're saying trees don't exist, don't say it. But they do exist. That's just a theory, a nature theory? No, it's art. It's art theory. Trees. Why is Chad saying trees aren't real? Because you said they aren't real. This particular tree is real. But it does not look the way that people will depict it in pictures. It's a real tree, but it doesn't look like that. That's all. That was my point. You haven't ever seen that particular tree. Well, that's because these rainbow eucalyptus grows in like tropical areas, don't they? But yeah, just to let you know, if you had requests for like teaching art stuff, I can always do that too. I don't know how interested people are in it, of me getting like super crazy mode about art stuff, but I do enjoy being able to share like some of all the art theory nonsense that I've learned. Oi, love, we have those trees around here. Well, yeah, so yeah. Aren't you in Brazil, Popo? There you go. They're only in like South America and like tropical places. I don't think you'll find them in North America. How do you get good at doodling? And have fun with it and just do it. And try to copy other art you like. Hang on, let me pick a request to draw and draw something, and I could talk to you guys about art stuff while I draw it, if you guys like want me to talk about art stuff. Don't take my lack of questions as a lack of interest. I don't know enough fundamentals to ask some questions. Can't know what I don't know. Yeah, that's definitely fair. That's very fair. Because getting into stuff like ambient light and the physics of light is a little bit it's a little bit advanced. What you're saying is steal art. No! Thank you for following, Mr. Grape Juice. Thank you. That's not... So what I've learned from this stream, Brazil, Illinois, and trees don't exist. How are you... How is that what you're taking away from this? Art theft? No, I do not condone art theft. However, I think, personally, I think that studying art that you like and trying to learn from art that you like is a very valid studying and learning technique. And I believe, this is a hot take. This is a hot take. I believe that tracing is a legitimate study tool. However, with that being said, I do not think that if you trace, I do not think any of the tracing should be remaining in any publishly post work. That's a hot take? Yes. For what it's worth, I understood what you were saying about color saturation. It didn't trigger my painting side, but my IT side for satellite communications. Try answering this. What is the only difference between light, sound, radiation, and color? Well, color is light. Sound and radiation, I don't know. Those are different types of waves, aren't they? Because the light is a particle, isn't it? Wavelength? But anyway. Oh! I keep accidentally changing the window size. Let me see. There was another comment I wanted to read. I literally have to worry about light theory because you do photography. Yup. Wave and particle both. Yeah. Okay. The best guide. Hang on. The best survey entry. The best entry to light, like understanding light as you would need to understand it for the purposes of art, was I think that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know what the course is called now. They've changed the name of the course a few times. But this right here. This schoolism course, which you can either subscribe for like $10 a month and get it for a whole month, and then unsubscribe, or you can find elsewhere if you know. That course, very good. Sam Nielsen is the name of the artist who is teaching it. Schoolism is the name of the online education platform that it's on, and Advanced Lighting is the name of the course, or like Introductions to Light or something. It's the one by Sam Nielsen. You got to get the one by him. That's the course. I got that course, and it totally changed how I thought about light. Like how I thought about light hitting 3D objects. Like there were some things that I had been doing in art that never really clicked until I saw this course. It's advanced. Like if you're at a point that like you have a hard time with keeping, like if you're starting out with your very beginning fundamentals, it's going to be a bit too advanced for you. But even so, it's just really interesting. Honestly. Okay. Okay, hang on. There's things happening in the chat that I have to scroll up. Hang on. Code Jason got it. What was the answer? Frequency. The difference between sound, radiation, color, and light was frequency. Tracing over Maple's model right now. If you want to learn how to draw me, then yeah, it's probably a good idea to try tracing my model. Like if you're trying to learn like the proportions of my leaf, on the proportions of my eyes relative to my face and everything, yeah, you'd probably want to trace me at least like once. I think there's nothing wrong with tracing as a learning tool, as a studying tool. That's the important part, is that it specifically has to be a studying tool. You don't take finished artwork and be like, I traced this. No, you trace in your sketchbook and you don't show anybody. Okay? That's when you do your tracing. You trace in your sketchbook and you don't show anybody, and you use it to help you learn proportions and build muscle memory. And then the best way to do anything when you're studying is to like draw draw one, like trace one, draw one. If you're like very, very beginning. So like you can like if you're very, 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 very beginning, you're just trying to get the sense of like proportion and basic, not even anatomy, because you're too early. You don't have to worry about anatomy yet. But if you want to like take a figure drawing picture, because there's lots of resources for like figure drawing where you can get like nude or lightly clothed drawings. There's like YouTube videos with gesture drawing and stuff. If you wanted to take one of those and trace over it in Photoshop to just get a sense for the proportions, that's totally fine. Would I recommend posting that on social media? No, that's for you. It's for you to learn. You know? That's what I think. But like, I've done art requests where I'm just like, so when someone will ask me like, hey, can you draw my OC on a tractor? And I'm like, I don't know how to draw a tractor. I'm going to get a picture of a tractor and I'm going to trace it. I also think it's okay. No, but the point is that if you trace something, the very next thing you should do after you finish tracing it is to try to draw it again from memory. To try to draw it again without tracing it, and then see, and then check your difference of how far off you were between when you traced it and versus when you tried it on your own, and compare the difference. You know, and kind of use it as a way to help test yourself and keep improving, to close that gap between your tracing ability and your drawing without tracing ability. Like your sight. Yeah, what's the term again? Shoot, what's the term again that they use at Watts Atelier? The type of measuring that I use. What did they call it? Because I had never had a name for it the way that I was taught, but Watts Atelier is a really cool YouTube channel. They have a bunch of like free stuff, and their online school is extremely expensive, but they have a lot of cool videos right on their YouTube channel that are free. Let me catch up with chat. I'm sorry. I've been rambling, and when I ramble, I kind of go off on my own and I forget about chat a little bit. Thank you, Soldat, for gifting Code Jason a sub. Thank you very much. Hello, Nana Sekane. Welcome. I'm sorry, you caught me mid art ramble. Thank you, Remy, for continuing your sub. Oh, tier 2. 13 months. Wow. Thank you, Remy. Okay. If you missed it, the answer was frequency. Yeah, I scrolled up. We're not learning to draw, we're liberating your art. No, but that's not the point. The point is you're trying to learn fundamentals, right? Tried tracing Maple's model once, scratched your monitor. Oh no! No, you tried drawing on your monitor? Oh no! You can only do that if your monitor has a glass screen. Oh. Gonna skip the steps and just post the original art. Easy peasy. But that's not the point! The point is to learn what technique they're doing so then you can use it in your own stuff. So you can draw a drunk sunflower. Right? It's to build up, to learn, because one of the best things I remember seeing was like, I read once that someone said, like, why try to solve problems that someone else has already solved? And I was like you don't hang on, where's my pen? I was like, hang on, I gotta draw my reaction. I was like, hang on. I was like, give me the right color, please. Thank you. I was like, whoa, boom, like head explode gesture. Like, whoa. When I heard that, because it's like, they say like study the old masters art, and they'll say, well, why? It's like, well, because they already solved a lot of things in like learning how to draw, like learning, like study old landscape painters to learn how to do atmospheric perspective in like a really attractive way, and study other character designers that you like for like how to make an appealing character design in terms of like the proportions and the colors and the level of detail and like where to lead the eye, and like there's no point in trying to remake the wheel by yourself and be like, oh, I don't need reference. No, I don't need reference. It's cheating. Reference is cheating. It's like, no, cheating. Using reference just helps you learn all the things that other people have learned. Like, you can absorb someone's entire life's work of knowledge by studying their art for like a few months. And there you go. Like, you've accumulated like maybe you're never gonna get everything that they knew, because obviously you won't, but you'll be able to get like a huge amount of knowledge out of their work rather than just trying to figure it out on your own. Like, they already figured out so much, you know? Who thinks reference is cheating? You would be surprised how many people think using reference is cheating. You know why? Because I used to think that way. Because there used to be a culture on, this is like internet deep lore, okay? There used to be a culture on DeviantArt and like CG, like conceptart.org. There used to be a culture where if you used reference, you were a cheater. You weren't as good as the people who were totally self-taught, who never needed reference. God forbid you did a bit of photo bashing. I'm gonna get so angry. This is like not even an art stream anymore. But like, there used to be an artist that I loved, adored, inspired me to become a digital artist. Her name was Linda Bergqvist. She was bullied off the internet because they discovered that she photo bashed for her backgrounds and used poses from stock images. Bullied off the internet. She went from like one of the most popular digital artists on the platform to gone. It was like one of the earliest times I've ever seen like a harassment campaign type of thing, because they were like, you aren't a real artist, you're a fraud, blah 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 blah, because she was using because she would paint over reference pictures.
Stop cheating, Map.
I'm not cheating. She would paint over, like, she would take like a stock photo of a woman sitting on a bench and she would paint over it into like this beautiful fantasy picture. And nowadays we would just be like, oh yeah, everybody in concept art does that. But at the time, people didn't know. Like, every concept art studio has photo bashers and people who paint over, because it's about speed. It's like, she was an early pioneer of these techniques, and she got so much flack for it, she disappeared off the internet. And to this day, she still has not posted anything new in like 15 years. And I will never forgive the internet for doing that to her. And all of that really made me think like, wow, that's not good culture. I tried to do some deep diving and see if she was okay and see if she was still making art. It seems like she might be in like some type of like, she might have a desk job at like an art firm. So I hope for the world's sake that she's still making her beautiful artwork. Let me try to find you an example of something she did. Linda Bergqvist. One second. Bro. She was doing this in like the 2000s. She was better then than people are now. And she got bullied off the internet because she used reference. It makes me so mad. It makes me so mad to this day. I did a school report about her. I loved her so much. I hope she's doing well. I hope she's okay and she's doing well and still being creative. And I hope that all of that didn't like ruin art for her, because she was like a massive influence to me. Like, hang on, like, copy, Twitter, please. Hello? 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 Clip Studio? What are you doing? Like, okay, like, come on. And she posted progress pictures. So, like, yeah, maybe she used the bodies. Maybe she used base bodies from something. Maybe she used, like, some photo textures for the background, but that's normal. She was ahead of her time. It makes me so mad, bros. I'm sorry. I ended up, like, not even reading a bunch of your comments because I got so, like, off track, but it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad what they did to her. Anyway. Her art is still beautiful even now, so I'll type her name in the chat if you guys want to look her up. I'm pretty sure that's how it's spelled. If you find that, at least Google will autocorrect and you'll find her work. Anyway, about that art, no, we're not we're not stealing. Okay, let me scroll up because there were a bunch of comments I didn't read. One of the artists for the Golden Compass. Maybe. Like, I think she works at, like, some company. The most recent artwork that I know I saw published under her name was, like, some art for a Game of Thrones card game. Like, 6-7 years ago. So, I know that at least not recently she was still making art. And so that made me happy. Sometimes it's really disappointing when you find an amazing artist and then they wipe all their stuff and it's just like, oh, okay, I guess you're just gone. I guess I'll never get to enjoy your art again. And I guess I understand why people do that. Like, they don't want to be online anymore, but I don't know, it makes me sad. It makes me sad that people's creativity gets stifled by, I don't know. Thank you for the 50 bits, Code Jason. Maple, chat can't learn, so we're simply going to take the method of production from art from the first one. See, what? What? No! Look. I could talk at length about AI art and what I think about that. Oh, thank you for the follow! Thank you for the follow, Vixen. Hang on. Much as I understand the risk of plagiarism, copying artists can also serve a more respectable and virtuous purpose, such as restoring artists' past work. Yup! There's a lot to learn from people in the past. And it's not just because I'm an old fart elf that I'm saying this. Okay. But yeah, I have a lot of feelings about AI art. Most of them are like cope and sad. You know, like it's just me like being sad about it. Cause yeah, it makes me really depressed that an AI can make better looking pictures than I can. It makes, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, there's no point in what, like saying like, oh no, I'm not threatened by it, I'm so much better, I'm so above that. No, I'm totally scared. It really, like, honestly, even now, I look at AI art and it's like almost like a form of like mental self-harm. Cause I'm like, there's another picture that somebody made in 30 seconds that's better than anything I'll ever do. Great! But I don't know. AI, I've had some time to try to wrap my head around what I think about AI art and stuff. Obviously the fact that like it took a bunch of artists' work to make an amalgamation without their permission is like extremely lame. But I don't know. More than that, I think it's sad because now people will go and be like even more than that. I think. Oh, thank you. Rika. Can you draw one of the requests and put it into an art generator to see what it gives? I do have a local installation of Stable Diffusion that I wanted to play with. AI will not make better looking pictures. Mep will hear me out. I browsed tons of AI art. It is too perfect. It's jarring how perfect it is. Humanity hates true perfection. It looks jarring to me. I can easily spot AI work over soulful hand-drawn stuff. You say that, but I have seen pictures that threw me for a loop. And I like to think that I have a pretty observant eye about that type of thing. Yeah, I think AI art, like when DALL-E 2 first came out, I was really excited by it actually, because I was like, wow, I can use this to help me come up with like inspiration for backgrounds and like fantastical settings and stuff that maybe I would have had a hard time visualizing. I was excited about it initially. Oh, hello, Rika. Welcome to the chat. But I was actually initially really optimistic about AI art, and I was like, well, this is such a great resource, you know, like concept artists can use it to photo bash and stuff. I could use it for inspiration for my writing or something. I think this is great. And then I thought to myself, there's no way they'll ever be able to copy anime, right? Oh. Come on, switch! Ah, the scene switcher is broken. Why are we at my local Tim Hortons? There's an indie horror game that came out. Hang on. There's an indie horror game that came out recently and said the art and textures are AI generated. See, I would not admit that. If it were me, I would not admit that I used AI. Because right now the climate is too, if you use it, you're demonized. And I don't know necessarily if I think that's right either. It's just I agree with what Popo said, that it's a tool. And I think that I do think that there are ways to like ethically use AI art. Like, for instance, I was trying to come up with like some inspiration for a pose. And so I opened my Stable Diffusion, and I have an instance of an anime model on it. And I put in like red hair, long hair, messy hair, ahoge, jumping pose, navy blue clothes. And it would give me some pretty generic looking anime girls that I was thinking, maybe I can get one that's a cute pose and I can redraw from a nice pose and make it into something of my own. Or maybe when I was trying to think of an outfit, I could put in like detached sleeves, fur hood, and see what different combinations it gave me. It's fun. It's fun to play with. It's like you're pulling the slot machine. It's like you're pulling a gacha and you're pulling for new things. And it's fun to see what you'll get. However, there's stuff like when an artist that I really admire and really, really love and find very inspirational is Kim Jong-gi. Kim Jong-gi? It's Korean. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. One of my favorite artists of all time. Like, I always feel inspired when I look at his work. It like makes me feel like I want to draw. He passed away from a sudden heart attack last year. And within 24 hours, someone had made a Stable Diffusion model based on his art. Saying, oh, this is a tribute to him. His body is not even cold, bro! Like, that shocked me. That really shocked me and made me think, like, quite a bit less of some of the AI art people. And again, like, I know it's just depending on what... It's just dependent on what... on how you use it. But... I don't know. I recently saw, like, some Netflix anime... Like, some Netflix indie anime is coming out that, like, they're proudly saying that they used AI art for all the backgrounds. And it's like, they pay... Do you know how little animators are paid in Japan? Like, it's unbelievable. It's amazing that they can make ends meet. So instead of paying an artist to do those backgrounds, they cut out, like, $30,000 to pay one person for 1 year. And just AI generated everything, and they look awful. But, like, the stuff with AI is, like, they'll like, if an artist comes out as, like, very anti-AI, they'll take, like, people will go and spitefully take all of their work and turn it into a model. And it's like, that's just, like, not very cool, in my opinion. Like, I don't think I'm under any threat of that because my art isn't good enough or consistent enough to make, like, a decent AI model out of. But I don't know. I find that disappointing that people will, like, wow, this artist is really, really worried about their art being stolen. Time to steal their art. That disappoints me a little. But you know, hey, what are you gonna do? Sounds like a project manager decision if you've ever heard one. Yep. Yeah, backgrounds in anime aren't important, right? Nobody cares about the backgrounds in an anime, right? Like, only the movement matters. Like, like all of Makoto Shinkai's work. Like, the backgrounds never really mattered in any of that, right? Like, whatever. So, just AI generated. It's fine. It's not like backgrounds ever mattered in, like, Studio Ghibli movies or anything, like, for setting the scene and showing the character of the world and of the characters and where they live, and no, it doesn't matter. Some rainbowy blurs in the background, that's good enough. Anyway, I should draw something, huh? Oh, thank you, Freedom Fallout. Thank you, Otter Time. I hope that I can one day have a defined and good art style enough that if someone were to turn it into an AI, it would actually, like, consistently look like my art. But I'm so much of, like, a jack of all trades, master of none that, like, I can draw in so many different styles that I don't really have one style that people look at it and be like, oh, that's Maple, you know? Honestly, yeah, I think the Canadian animation industry, which is actually a pretty big thing, in Vancouver and Toronto particularly, there's a lot of like, a lot of children's animation gets done in Canada. And, I actually know some people who are in that industry, and it pays decently. It pays decently. Probably pays a lot better than they get paid in Japan and Korea for like, tweening, like doing tweens between keyframes and stuff, where they probably get paid like $5 an hour or something absolutely crazy. I don't know how much actually. I shouldn't like make up a number, but it's tough. Watch Shirobako. Watch the anime Shirobako. Watch that anime. Watch that anime. Very good anime about the making of anime, and they actually have some transparency about how much the artists make, like, in the show. And it's like, do you know that most of an anime's budget goes to getting a famous seiyuu for the main character? Donatsu! I love that show. Tweening things like a drug thing kids do. No. Tweening comes from the term of in-betweening. So, like, a lead animator will do the keyframes. So they'll do, like... So, like, a lead animator will do... Let's say I want to do me being, like... I'm gonna be, like, Happy? Happy mep? Okay. Happy mep. And then, duplicate layer. And then I want it to be, give me the right color, please. Thank you. Then I want it to be sad, crying mep, and her stem has wilted, and there are tears rolling down her face, and she is sad, and she has hands like this, like, oh no, everything is horrible. That's such a bad drawing. In between those things, there are frames in between. So like to make the stem go from like this to like this, I would probably want some frames in between. These are drawn by a key animator who gets their names in the credits. These are drawn by an outsourced studio in Korea. That's how anime works often. So, if you're the person doing these, you can probably make a living. If you're the person doing these, I hope you have a part-time job at the konbini. It's rough. Or interns. Interns? Yeah, interns. People just like trying to get into it for the very first time. Thank you for the follow, MDelg. Interpolation. Yeah, sort of. Interpolation, tweening, basically smoothing the movement into multiple frames. Maple is in an anime credits. I am not. And I likely never will be either. But yeah. And a lot of anime is made like really cheaply. Like you could tell the difference between something like Chainsaw Man.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh, that's loud. You could tell the difference between something like Chainsaw Man or Demon Slayer that has a ton of. Do I usually go on rants like this? Sometimes. To be honest, this is like a particularly ranty art stream, even for me. I don't know. I feel talkative, and I'm pretty. I don't know. I'm feeling talkative today. These are interesting topics for me. Okay, hang on. Let me try to draw something while I talk. Yeah, I get fired up when I talk about art. Like as much as I bemoan, as much as I have my emotional turbulence with art, and like as much as I struggle with it, I also really love it. And I've learned a lot about it. I love reading about it. I love keeping up to date with like what's in the spheres of art and stuff. I have big opinions on things like AI and art history and everything. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Remy, for the 100 bits. Woo! By the way, Maple, coefficient was right. The first 1,000 followers are the hardest. You've got over 1,700 now. Isn't that wild? Like, I feel like it was just yesterday that we had the 1,000 follower party last September. Wasn't it last September or October that we had the 1,000 follower party? That I was live for 1,000 minutes to celebrate 1,000 followers. That was so much fun. And it kind of taught me that I'm capable of doing longer streams. It was November. That's so recent. That's wild. 700 people in like 3 months. It was like a minute ago. 1,500. No, I didn't do anything special for 1,500. I didn't do anything special for 1,500. I'm waiting for like 2.5 to do another party. I'm thankful to Cleo for rating you and regretful I did not find. Oh, that's so. Thank you, Alex. Please don't be regretful. I plan to stream for a long time, but I'm very grateful. I've been extremely lucky, blessed, I might even say, that that some larger streamers were generous enough to share their communities with me, and that some people decided to stick around, and that's honestly been like such a huge boon and gift. Just I count myself as lucky, honestly. I really do. I'm so grateful to Maple that you put the hag tag up because because that's where you found me. I put the hag tag up because I saw Cleo doing it. I discovered Cleo and I saw her doing it and I was like, that's smart. Because I think she tweeted something saying like she got, you're a hag? Yeah. I'm over 300 years old. Do you get it? 300 elf years? Do you get it? A hashtag gang of streamers. But I saw her tweeting about, like I first discovered her and I saw her tweeting about how the hag tag got her like a 20% conversion rate in search. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do that. I think Maple is a fraud. So there have been some people who come in the chat and say, are you really a hag? And I'm like, what am I supposed to be like? Would you prefer that I talk like this, dearie? Welcome to my stream, everyone. I appreciate your viewership and your companionship. Today, I will be doing some draftsmanship on my digital drawing pad. What is a male hag called? I have seen it referred to as geezer, oji-san. Granny, can I get some chocolate cookies? Oh, I'm afraid I'm fresh out. I'm fresh out, honey, but I just picked up some brownies from the store today. So if you'd like one of those, I can get those from the cupboard. Real voice reveal. Oh no! 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 Like what am I supposed to sound and act like? Like, I find that very funny. I find that very interesting. It's like, is that something people lie about? People pretend to be a certain age? Like, I know people pretend to be younger because, like, the internet loves youth and everything, but do people lie about being older? Like, do people lie about being Christmas cakes? Hag is a popular tag, so people are fake hags to get into the tag? Really? Christmas cake VTuber, oh, there's plenty. Old people now are really a different of the olds of old. Yeah. Like, I was working a retail job. I was working a retail job somewhat recently, and I remember, like, I'm an elf, right? So like I've got like a good 600 years probably on my lifespan still, and I was working, you know, I was at a cash register, you know, and there were some other people with some other workers there, and one of them came up and asked me, "Hey, so are your exams coming up?" Oh, I'm so not looking forward to mine. I have work scheduled that week. Ugh. And I was like, "You think I'm 19?" Every time I told someone my age, they didn't believe me. And you know why? You know why? You know why? You know why? Yes! Yes! Remy just got it! Remy just got it! Going out in the sun ages you. So us nerds who spend all of our time indoors playing modded Minecraft, Our skin is supple and free of wrinkles, no age spots, nice and smooth, you know? See, even Kate confirms. We're all nice and suru and smooth and unscorched by the deadly laser that is the sun. Smooth skin. Consequentially, terribly low on vitamin D, but it turns out they bottle that, so it's okay. You worked on farmland for years, no wonder you look older than you are. It's okay, it's okay. Just like with planting a tree. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, the next best time is now, right? So if you want to try to slow down the effects of the sun on you, wear sunscreen. Reapply like frequently, and try to minimize your sun exposure. So like wear long sleeve shirts if like the sun is really, really bright. On an overcast day, I typically don't wear sunscreen. Maybe I should, but if it's like a really, really hot summer day, I have some like white lightweight sport hoodie zip up things that I got at Uniqlo a few years ago, and they're white. One's white, one's light gray, so they reflect UV, and so I can avoid getting sunburn. Cause like Elf Mom is like in her 600s, and she loves being outdoors. Like, of course, Elf, but she like loves the outdoors. Like she's like a plant. Like she needs to be in the sun to absorb its power. And she really thrives off of that, and she really loves like hiking and walking and running and stuff. And I always tell her to wear sunscreen. She's like, it's just a bit of sun. What's the big deal? It's good for you. It feels good. So maybe it's holding me back that I'm so conscious about that, but I want to hold on to what I've got as long as I can. You can look young, but you seriously want to get some exercise too, despite that. Plenty of indoor-side options. Yeah. My Elf Mom got an indoor bike. She got herself an indoor bike for Christmas that she's been enjoying doing, because she used to like going to biking classes before COVID. So I have to get into the routine of using that. But it's the one, like, she's really into it, right? Like I am so unlike the rest of my family. But like she's really into it, and she like does like an hour a day, and she has like the clip-on shoes, like those clip-on bike shoes that like use your power more efficiently and stuff. And it's like that kind of intimidates me, and that's why I haven't tried it yet. Hang on, I need a sip of water. I've been ranting hardcore today. That's why Maple is over 600 years. No, I'm only in my 300s. Thank you. Thank you. I'm only in my 300s. I'm very young. Some high school kid struck me up a conversation with me in Chick-fil-A earlier this week. He asked if I was in college, and I had to tell him I was almost 30. Gamer skin health, but with regular showering. So honestly, being a nerd, being a gamer, it's great for your skin. It's great for your skin. That's the moral of the story. Hello, Fist of the North Star State. Well, thank you for raiding. Welcome. House Hunter raid. Oh, I love House Hunters. I love that show. So what's 300 in human years? Divide by 10. It's a rough conversion, right? Welcome to Hag Art Hour. There isn't much art happening, but hopefully I can draw like one or two more things before the end of the stream. Oh dear. I thought it was divide by 100 for elves. Nah, you're thinking of high elves. I'm only a wood elf. We don't live that long. Being a gamer has its perks. Yep. I think that I'm better at problem solving than the average person. I think I have better hand-eye coordination than the average person. I've enjoyed a lot of stories without having to be without having to read. and I've been able to make so many friends by having like a common